Welcome back, everyone. Ronan here. And since XCOM 2 will be out, I believe tomorrow, I probably won't be coming back to this game for a little while. I don't know how long. Well, just in case, I wanted to release a guide on classes and potential builds and what my thoughts were on the builds. So I'm going to do it all as a one video, then I'll split it per class and put it into a playlist. So here goes. View Soldier, there's 8 classes we're going to cover. Have next Rocketeer. It's my least favorite class. It has a good application, but you have to keep them leveled up to be relevant. If you're using low level Rocketeers, they're not going to hit anything. Now, I have to say, if you can manage to get the blaster rocket launcher, it kind of changes the way you would play that class. So I don't have it yet. We'll see. So you start with a rocket. You get a free rocket without losing weight. I think I lose 2 mobility per rocket I have, which this makes them really slow, and you can combat that with your loadout. I'll talk about that in one of the last guides. Fire rocket, you get an extra rocket. Here you get heat warheads. Basically, on robotic enemies, you do more damage. This is handy if you have a bunch of drones tucked in together. You notice that there's some loaders together, and you can shoot them. Or even seekers tend to be grouped up when they do their first move. This is really handy. You do more damage. Same Ranger, extra damage to your main weapon. They don't typically shoot very often with their main weapon, so I'm not too worried about it. When they do, it could be nice, yes. I think the heat warheads is better if you're fighting robotics. And then Will to Survive. Damage reduction would be nice. I've had a lot of my Rocketeers die. This is probably the class that has died the most for me because they end up being really close to try to get those rockets in properly. Overwatch is not really worth it. I wouldn't go for rapid reaction. Fire in the hole, plus 10 aim, reduce rocket scatter. This is pretty huge because your rocket scatter will suck the whole game. You have to reduce that rocket scatter. When you have 3.5 and you understand standard deviation, hopefully you can reduce that to maybe 1, but that's still a chance that your rocket is off by 2-3 tiles if you're unlucky. So I would go for fire in the hole. Here it sounded nice, snapshot, be able to move and shoot properly. But the fact that your scatter is so high, it's actually not worth it. So I ended up staying with fire in the hole because odds are you're not going to want to move anyway because that range, that range to shoot is huge. So I instead countered the need of snapshot by reducing or increasing my mobility. And you have to be careful when you place them behind high cover, I found. Often enough, you won't be able to take the shot you want because they're in high cover. You're going to shoot your cover, so your missiles rockets can't go where you want them to. Suppression, I have other classes to do that. I don't do suppression with these guys. Plus, the weapon I give them, there's barely any ammo in it. You can't afford to suppress very well. I got platform stability. For moving, you actually get a better rocket. So you get less scatter. This is how you reduce your scatter. It's really nice. I was getting shredder ammo, but again, I have other classes to do that for me now. It's platform stability will will highly increase accuracy of your missiles. So this is nice. Mayhem, which would have been good with suppressive fire in hindsight, but it actually increases the damage for grenades and rockets. So I typically go with about 4 or 5 rockets on a mission. This is what these guys do. They just launch rockets. So I would definitely recommend this one if this is how you play your character. Now, opportunist only if you're doing any form of Overwatch. Don't bother. Tactical sense could be good. I have had a lot of loss in the Rocketeer department, but I think being able to do more damage with the rockets, that's why you bring these soldiers for. That's much needed. An extra rocket at no weight cost. That is pretty huge. I recommend that one. Double tap if you plan on doing a lot of shooting, but again, run out of ammo or whatever, then you basically don't use the double tap. They tend to have good aim once you start factoring in, maybe a scope or the weapon they're using. So double tap is not like unusable. You also have to not move. Extra conditioning would help you with that mobility. More aim. Aim is better for your rockets. So I can see this, but just the fact that having an extra rocket is nice. You want to blow out a wall, you have that extra rocket to do that with. This one is where it gets kind of iffy. I'm not sure if I don't have a Rocketeer that's made it that far, I don't think. No, okay, so tandem warheads. Basically, in the long war, it's not like in the vanilla. You have your circle, and it's almost like if you think of a dartboard or a bullseye. So you have circles, imaginary circles, If in that range you have your enemy in the middle, and then an enemy like 1 meter over, 1 meter over, 1 meter over, they'll take less damage as they radiate out of the center. This will eliminate that. This will do full damage inside the AoE, which I think is really good considering the scatter. So if you factor in scatter, 10 and more heads is really good. Now you have javelin. Your rockets travel farther. So if you have a problem with mobility and you want those rockets to go even farther, then this is probably what you want to get. Again, though, you'll have to deal with the your scatter might go up, so that could be an issue. I haven't used it because the farther you shoot your rocket, the higher your scatter rate is. My experience. Then you'll have to deal with that bullseye scenario where you might miss that center shot that could kill the enemy or do as much damage as possible. Danger zone. Suppression earlier, you may want to consider danger zone, but it increases your rocket range. Shredder rockets are already big enough. Like the AoE is huge. Really need to be bigger. In my opinion, it might be nicer for the regular launchers, or if you plan on making your Rocketeer a mech, then maybe, because you have proximity mines or grenade launchers. Sure, that would also help. To me, it would be between these, unless you know you're making this character a mech. Javelin, extra range may be better once you get the blaster rocket. You already got the fire in the hole, it already makes the blaster launcher farther. So I would consider maybe 10 and more heads to do full damage in that area. Just my thoughts. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I try to upload tips, tricks, guides, try to improve your gaming experience. We're trying to build a community together to actually share all those tips and tricks together and build that community together to maybe one day help those developers that aren't trying to gouge us with first day DLC and they want more money out of us, pay to win, all that stuff. We want gaming companies to actually care about the games and not just trying to make a quick buck and gouge us with their prices. Have a great night, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.